Do you think that stoppage was a little bit premature against Carlos Takam? Joyce.
Takam is raging.
I think a little bit.
He is furious.
He was definitely on the verge of going. I suppose it's individual opinions on that one.
Personal pride, I guess.
Yeah. Well, let me mute it. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. We cover every single major fight live. Joyce has just improved to 13-0 with 12 KOs after now just getting the stoppage victory. Steve Gray is cussing out over Carlos Takam. And now is he now the next WBO mandatory for the heavyweight title? Because remember, him and Usyk were supposed to fight for the WBO interim if the Fury fight were to happen. We all know what's going to happen with that, or what's happening with that. Tyson Fury taking on Deontay Wilder October the 9th. That was actually supposed to be today. Let me look at this again. Oh, my bad. Hold on. I'm trying to see. Yeah, his hands was down, you know. And that one going back is probably what, I don't know, controversial. But I wasn't really feeling this fight. That's probably why you didn't see me do any fight week coverage. Also, I've been super crazy busy rebuilding my platform, getting new chairs and shit. And got me a GoPro Hero 8 trying to go in 4K and actually start doing some 4K interviews out in the field. And I've also learned how to use Adobe Premiere Pro. I should have learned that years ago. But nonetheless, we are here. So what I was saying is he now the next WBO mandatories? The two WBO mandatories, Usyk first, September the 25th against Joshua, and then him next after that. I guess we're going to listen to the post-fight video interview to find out. Also, I'm pissed off that this fight wasn't on ESPN Plus. Like, what's going on with that? It was on Fight.tv on pay-per-view. Like, outrageous. And to be honest with you, I almost forgot about the fight. I thought the shit was tonight. I mean, tomorrow, some shit like that. I thought it was a weird, like, Sunday. I've been out of it. I've been out of the loop. But let's listen into the particulars. Please subscribe. Yes, now we're back full time. Of course, I have to take a week off every now and then. But this week was all upgrading. That's what this was. But anyway, let's listen into the particulars. Please subscribe. TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com.
Getting to worry.
Yeah, for sure. I actually think I did say the referee should be having a look here. As I say, the fighter taking his turn. That fight was only going one way from there on. Would Carlos Takam have seen the round out? It's just more punishment. Someone of that age, is it necessary? I'm not too sure.
Well, there are the thoughts of Ben Davison watching with me at ringside tonight. Our main event over, and this is how it ended. Here's Thomas Treiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 49 seconds of round number 6. Our referee in charge, Steve Gray, stops the contest. Therefore, your winner, and still WBO International, WBC Silver, and Commonwealth Heavyweight Champion, Joe the Juggernaut Joyce.
The Juggernaut rumbles on. Win number 13 for Joyce.
He was getting touched up, though.
He's done what was needed, and he does it by stoppage. And I think most people will say, well done, big fella.
He was getting touched up, though, for as long as it lasted. And, I don't have him beating Anthony Joshua. I think he would get sparked out. I don't have him beating Tyson Fury. I think he would get sparked out. Him and Deontay Wilder, I don't know. Deontay Wilder's got a big question mark around him, especially when he's fighting a taller fighter that could possibly back him up. And guys like Johan Duhaupas and Eric Drummerboy Molina, they're not on the level of a Joe Joyce. But I'm not ready to say that Joe Joyce can beat Deontay Wilder. I don't feel comfortable saying it. The Usyk fight, I was really, really looking forward to that. A rematch from the amateurs. And as I'm looking at the rankings here, him versus Joe Parker, you think they can come together for a deal for that? You know, these guys, this heavyweight's got to start fighting each other, man, because, you know, it's only 3 belts. I mean, 4 belts, but basically 2 champions. He was getting touched up, though. He came out in the Juggernaut from X-Men, the animated series. Remember that? And the comic book? All those years ago, a lot of the, I noticed the commentators didn't know what it was, but, you know, them old fuckers. Ben Davison, he should know, though. What the hell was he doing with his childhood? Then again, how old is that bloke? But yeah, after this video, I'm going to go back, rebuild, and we're going to be back tomorrow or later on, likely tomorrow with my Fury versus Wilder stream. Start the week off right. Also, videos are going to be featured on the WBC channel soon. Official launch was last night. Had a death in the family, unfortunately. So I've been kind of away while rebuilding everything. Let's take a jump cut. And wait for the post-fight interview. Please subscribe. Take a time out. Like the video.
Oh, Joe, congratulations. Frank, I'll come to you in a second. Joe, was it harder than you expected? Was he tougher than you expected?
Yeah, he's a tough African lion, so, you know, all credit to him. And, you know, it's a good fight. He hit me with some good shots, and I managed to kind of work him out and where to land and stuff. But, you know, he's still dangerous. Like, so I had to take my opportunity when I saw it.
You ripped him apart with a left hook at the start of the 6th, then took him apart with the other shots. I thought the stoppage was perfectly fine. But Joe, did he ever hurt you? Did he ever hurt the Juggernaut?
Yeah, I mean, mildly. I'm pretty tough as they come. So, you know, I weathered the storm and fired right back.
Sometimes, Joe, he was throwing those right hands. Everyone can see them in all the seats, but he seemed to catch you with them repeatedly. Was it because they weren't hurting you that much, or was he just coming at a surprise angle for you?
It's to do with technical skill and tactics, and, you know, being able to ride shots, block shots, use my footwork is like, you know, the sweet science of boxing. So I use that to great effect.
And Frank, he's excited. He takes shots, he lands shots, he knocks people out. That's what heavyweights are meant to do, isn't it?
I've got to tell you, it's a very, very exciting heavyweight fight. There's no doubt about that. They both gave everybody value for money, and it was a sensational finish.
And I had no problem with the finish. What about you, Frank?
No, I didn't. Look, if you're taking shots and you're not throwing them back, the referee has no alternative, and he was not throwing shots back.
And what about you, Joe? What did Carlos say in the ring to you at the end about the stoppage?
He didn't say anything about the stoppage, but we were just having a chat, like, you know, because yeah, it was just, I was just, you know, talking to each other, like paying our respects and stuff. Because yeah, it's a good fight. He's a warrior. He's been in so many great fights and stuff. So yeah, man, it's a good fight.
Joe, do you watch back your fights afterwards? Do you watch them back and analyse things that you could have maybe done differently? Is that something that you do, Joe?
Yeah, so when I get back to the hotel, I tend to watch my fights back and analyse my performance, see where I can improve, see where I got caught, and, you know, learn from my mistakes. You know, if I get hit with silly shots, then, you know, there's something I can work on in the gym and keep on improving.
And that's the only way to do it. So where now, Joe? What do you want? I've asked you this question for the last 2.5 years. What do you want? Where do you want to be in 6 months, 12 months?
Well, what I want is AJ or Usyk.
Frank, is it that simple, AJ Usyk? The crowd wants it, he wants it.
He's the mandatory challenger. He's #1 now. And obviously AJ and Usyk again on in September. And then he becomes the mandatory challenger to the winner.
And might there be 120 days before the fight?
No, I'm not. He's the mandatory challenger. When they let that happen, they will decide. I don't know what, you know. Usyk's a mandatory.
Yeah.
So I think that's, although that's behind time, that's a mandatory. But I think what will happen, providing AJ wins and providing Tyson Fury wins, that they'll fight first. But then the winner will have to fight him.
So that could be late next year. Joe,
we'll see what happens. Or if the title gets vacated, Joe
then he fights.
Yeah, that WBO.
So,
Joe, we've had all sorts of fights. The Dubois fight, which was a great fight, an intense fight. That tonight, you know, you took some shots, silly shots, you called them, and you come back. Does Joe Joyce need any more tests before he gets close to either Usyk or Joyce? Does it?
No, I don't need any more tests. I've you know, picked the levels up and strategically moved So, you know, I've started at the deep end, and I'm carrying on that way on a steep trajectory. So, yeah, I'm ready now.
And you're still enjoying it, Joe? You're still enjoying it? You're still enjoying being
I love boxing. Boxing's my sport, and I'm doing well. I'm loving it, and we're putting on some great shows.
Well, I tell you what, they love you. Frank, when's he out again? Let's just cut straight to the chase.
You know, listen, he's only had, when you think about it, as a pro, he's only had 13 fights. 13 fights. And he's in the position he's in, which is brilliant. He'll be out again, provided he wants to be, he'll be out again sometime in October. If that's what he wants, that's what he'll have.
Yeah, the journey
what about
continues.
the fans being back?
Oh, it's great. All the fans. Hey!
Frank and Joe, thank you very much. Paulie, it's like we've time traveled.
That is a man, thank you, Steve. That is a man firmly on career path. I think he's most.
Well, he ain't getting a title shot no time soon. So let me break it down to you how it's going to work in the heavyweight division. Of course, you're going to have Joshua Usyk September the 25th. As you can see, it's July the 24th. What is it, about 8 weeks from today? You have Fury versus Wilder 3, October the 9th. You can expect for the winner of both of those fights, even if it is Deontay Wilder, to fight the winner of Joshua versus Usyk January. No, they're probably going to push it to like April or something. You know how they do in the UK or Saudi Arabia. So I'm guessing March or April of 2022. And then the next mandatory after that, the winner of all of that has to fight Joyce. Because the IBF doesn't have a designated mandatory yet. And they're still trying to like fix that situation. And well, Dylan White is the interim, and don't be surprised if Tyson Fury Wilder winner becomes a franchise champion. By the way, these rankings are courtesy of my website, fightview360.com. Shout out to my partner, Yo Mikey over in Ireland, getting this done in accordance with all the sanctioning bodies, WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO, Ring Magazine. So let me tell you, I got a lot of work to do, emails to send, as I said, working on some big things. Working with the WBC channel soon, a press release. There's a lot going on. I got a lot of work to do. So I'm going to see you guys later. TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Please subscribe.